Okay, so we were talking about multiplication strategies, and we talked about how this progression kind of starts. But you're going to see some of these strategies come out when we move into division as well. So, for example, if you were working on a problem about having 40 cookies and sharing them equally with 5 friends, you might see that it could be 5 times some number equals 40, and so you might see some of these strategies come out if they were thinking about 5 friends and moving those into each group. Also, a different strategy that might come out here is repeated subtraction. So when we were doing multiplication, we saw that there was a lot of repeated addition. With division, we'll have some repeated subtraction where they might take away those groups of 8, or in this situation, take away groups of 5. They could go either way. But that's a different strategy that might come out of it, although it is connected to that repeated addition and multiplication. So, you want to come over here?
Oh.
Examples of the strategies that you might see when we're doing division with 2-digit divided by 1-digit. So, like we talked about in multiplication, they're going to be thinking about dividing here though. So they might start with all of this 92, and then they could take the tens and put them in, so it'd be like 10, 20, 30, and so on. They keep counting, and they would be sharing out this whole group of 92 with 4. Now, you would want to move to this where they're recognizing that, hey, I can share out, but I can write my numbers here. So I can share 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and then 3 more. And as you can see, you can keep track of that by subtracting that 40, 40, and then that group of 12. In this situation, a student would be more fluent because they would know 12 divided by 4 is 3. They would not have to put the 3 one at a time. And then as you continue, there are some other ways that it would be relating to multiplication. So one question that you might ask is, what can I multiply to get close to? What can I multiply 4 by to get close to 92? And this is where you'll see students starting to think, okay, I know 4 times 10 is 40, but that's not that much. That's not close enough. So I might move up and say, okay, 4 times 20 is 80. I'm close, but I'm not there yet. And then you're getting to a point where they're recognizing that that's extra group of 4. There's 3 groups of 4 missing. So this is where you're starting to move to that partial quotients idea. So then when we get to this partial quotients idea, there's a lot of different ways that students can solve it. So it can connect back to this. They might recognize that, hey, I know that there's 20 groups of 4 gets me to 80. And then I know that 3 groups of 4 gets me to 12. And then that's where the answer is. But that's not the only way. If students are still accessing at 10, they might do 10. And they might do other numbers that they feel comfortable with as well. And eventually you can make the connection between this sharing model with division to this model that you're most familiar with that we would have learned. And it can connect back to all the strategies.